Tyler has a very puzzled look on his face right now because he doesn't realize that now I'm the president, I run the show. So I'm going to ask our cabinet to come up here, this year's current cabinet. We have a few words we'd like to speak about you before you give your closing remarks.
Well, Tyler, I just found out about this today, and so for the past couple of hours I've been trying to consider what it is that I could say about you that would do you justice for really being the incredible leader that you are. And so I thought back to the first time that I met you at our Rochester conference in September 2007. And I was basically terrified because our region representative was running for treasurer. We were having a special election, and we didn't have an alternate. And so my friend Jackie went, "Oh, I'll nominate Rachel." And I'm like, okay. It's my first conference ever. I didn't really know what was going on. And Steve was running for treasurer, and I'm sitting there on the board, and really confused, just kind of, voting for treasurer. And Tyler was really the one that who really welcomed me. He made me feel a little bit less panicked, and really made me feel at ease. And as I got to know him better, really over the last couple of years, I realized that that's something that he does with everybody. He's very good at making people feel comfortable and helping people to understand what's going on. Thank you.
Okay, so I just wanted to share a quick little story. I remember at our first conference together as a cabinet, June transitional, it was Tyler, Travis, and I. We were rooming together, triple rate, and we were, or at least I was a little panicked about what the bedding arrangements were going to be, because we all know we can't share a bed. That would be awful. We need our own bed, so I spent nights like agonizing about what I would do. I'd have to sleep on the floor or something. And we got there, and Tyler immediately volunteered to sleep on the couch, which was pretty cool. And I just think that kind of shows the kind of leader he is. He always puts other people before himself, even if it means sleeping on an uncomfortable couch. So, I don't know, that's been really nice over the year, and it's been great working with you.
Well, I'm not going to let him off that easy with such nice remarks. The beginning of the year was very interesting. We did a lot of transition work, and I think that's why we had such a successful year. Our cabinet really started to become cohesive right away. But we'd come down for some meetings with our staff, and St. Paul and Minneapolis is a huge area, and there's tons of places to eat. But where does this guy want to go to eat every time we meet? Chipotle. And it's without a doubt that we're going to Chipotle because he's the boss. And then I learned something else about him when I went out to eat with him at Lee and Chin once. He's probably the only guy I know over the age of 10 who still goes and grabs every pop out of the thing. And then we decided that we would start doing some really good conference debriefs after our conferences. And so to come up with a way to keep in check with the conference throughout the weekend, we have some rating sheets. And at first they were just normal rating sheets, how did things go. Then he started putting acronyms in there to figure out what things meant. Then he wanted us to rate things by drawing our interpretation of a dog. And so he always kept us on our toes with the things that he wanted us to do to tell us how conferences went. And lastly, without him, I don't think the steering committee would have approved Elmo as a candidate this year. But all those things aside, I think that Tyler's done a really amazing job this year. It's been really nice to turn to a leader who's so confident in decision making. We've had a very unique board this year, and it's with his leadership that our board has stayed together and stayed cohesive throughout the year. And I've become a really close friend with Tyler, and we really appreciate everything he's done for him, that he's done for us. But before you all start clapping, there are 3 other former presidents in the room that I'm going to ask to come up right now. So if I could have Brad Crassaway, Scott Formo, and Patrick Christner come up to the podium. We're going to give a toast to Tyler. Of course, I should get some water first.
was that?
Just water.
Water. President Smith, you may have officially retired from your service as the MSCSA President to pursue your military dreams. We, and I'm referring to my colleagues that are able to join us here tonight, Presidents Crassway, Christner, myself, and now President Johnson, would like to welcome you to the ranks of the retired MSCSA Presidents and alumni members. Ladies and gentlemen, please raise your glasses and join us in a toast. President Smith, may your legacy and dedicated service to the organization live on through those who we have worked with and will follow in the years to come. To MSCSA President Smith, once a president, always a president. Cheers.
That was a bit of a surprise. I had some more notes here for what I should say in the closing remarks, but I don't know if they're really applicable anymore. As you've kind of heard hinted at over the past couple of days, or maybe you've heard officially, tomorrow is indeed my last day with the association because I am joining with the Minnesota Army National Guard and I leave for basic training tomorrow. I'll be going to Fort Jackson and then on to Fort Huachuca in South Carolina, where I'll be learning more about military intelligence in the field that I'll be working in. This training will keep me away for about 7 months, but it'll be a good experience. One thing that still makes me sad is that I have to leave this position early. Now, one thing I know about leaving this position early is that it's left in very, very capable hands. And so I don't have any problem with that. I know that it can be kept together. But one thing I'm going to miss is all of you. It's the people that make this organization. It's the people that make this association run well. It's the students that are here, the students that rise up to lead, the students that come from their senates, that come from their regions, that come to these conferences and are willing to dedicate their time to making higher education in Minnesota a better place. Those are the people that are important. Those are the people that I want to be around. Those are the people with the determination that I can't see in everyone else in the world. The determination that only comes from being a student leader. It's that kind of ambition. It's that kind of willingness to work outside of your schedule. It's that kind of willingness to put away everything that you know about regular work and understand that you need to get a job done, that you need to advocate for students. This is something that maybe you could be here to put on your resume, but the truth of the matter is that the people that look at your resume are never going to know how hard you actually worked to get that job done. But I know. I know that you worked hard. I know that you dedicated hours and hours of service. I know that you put time into contacting and connecting with people around you, that you spent time building connections specifically for this one goal. That you spend time working towards bettering higher education for your fellow students, not for yourself. That's one thing that we as student leaders sometimes don't recognize as much. That really, we're not actually doing what we're doing for the benefit of us, but for the students next year and the year after that. Because a lot of times the changes that we make don't go into effect right away. That really we're doing this for the next generation. It's something that sometimes we fail to realize. It's something that I'm very proud of being able to say that I did, that I worked for next year's students for the year after that. And so, my last couple of hours here, I just want to thank all of you for being there for me, for being the ones to elect me and to believe in me and to help me through this year, for still being there when I'm more in my childish ways, for agreeing to stand behind me as your president. So I thank all of you. I thank you for being here this evening, and I look forward to coming back and seeing this association stronger than it was when I left it. Thank you.